missing most of the other time, a terrible pattern. The rewards I see from working have made me an addict. There's way more people that want it than people that have it.
I'd like to say happy Valentine's Day to all the female goddesses out there. I really like y'all to pay attention to the words that I use and how I describe you. My gift to you is the wisdom on who you are. Understanding and remembering your past. Every woman you ever been, that's your past. You don't want to carry around that man in you. Okay? Your present, you want to be aware of what type of woman you are and what kind of type of lady you want to become. Because the greatest thing you can be on earth is a lady. In heaven, you exist as a goddess, not a queen. Unless you got royalty blood and based on what society says if you're a queen is nothing. It's beneath a goddess. It's beneath a goddess. And I'm not just calling you a goddess to call you a goddess. You received the rib of God. That gives you a godlike power. Your godlike power is anything that can bleed for 7 days, carry a child for 9 months, and live through a birth. You may not be God, but you're a distance of Him. You received the rib of God. And the marrow inside that rib gives you the ability to bleed His blood for 7 days. If we can go to church and drink wine and pretend like it's the blood of Christ, but yet we have a creature walking around bleeding the blood of Christ and not show her the respect, how do you think we ever going to respect and get the opportunity to respect God? Jesus would never let us. We got to bow down something for greater than ourselves on earth before we can ever bow down for God. And that's a goddess and God's child. And that's the responsibility of an angel. And all males are angels. We receive the blood of God. Y'all receive the rib of God. You ask yourself, which one's greater? And understand, you don't want to be a woman. A woman, she's a creature of two. A female's a creature too. God gave enough man in you that you'll never need a man. You should never ask God for a man, want a man, or think that let a man think you need him. Because the day you make a man think you need him, how do he treat you? Ask the majority. It's not usually good. There's only one man you need. And it's really two, Jesus and God. You got your big brother, and you got God Himself, our Father that's in heaven, once we make it through heaven's gate. And the only thing that can go through heaven's gate is the spirit of a goddess and the spirit of an angel. The soul of a man and the soul of a female or a woman. It can't. It can go to heaven's gate, but it can't go through because it carries sins of the flesh. And it's not about man-made sins. It's the sins of heaven. Be aware of them sins. Society has flipped things on y'all and made y'all feel terrible for who you are. When you're not bleeding the blood of God, you're not carrying God's child. You have to release the power of a goddess. And that's a goddess. The goddess of a power, the power of a goddess, excuse my language, she's multi-orgasm, multiple places, multiple times. God gave a woman 8,000 to 15,000 nerve endings inside something of a pinky. And when you don't release that, envision you got an IV bag inside you. That IV bag is spilling over in the wrong direction. You get extra body weight, stress, depressed, hair falls out, nails won't grow, overweight, because you become chemically unbalanced. You have to learn how to be mentally and emotionally stimulated. It's not just the physical stimulation. It's the mental, the emotional, then the physical. And the physical is not always the vagina. It's the 8,000 to 15,000 nerve endings. Alexa, what is the definition of a goddess?
The noun, goddess, can have a few meanings. 1. A female god or deity. 2. A woman of extraordinary beauty and charm. 3. A greatly admired or adored woman.
Goddess. Alexa, how many nerve endings in a clitoris?
A clitoris has 8,000 nerve terminals.
That's what Alexa would tell you. Look up on Google, they'll tell you 15. Alexa, what is the definition of an angel?
As a noun, angel can have a few meanings. 1. One of a class of spiritual beings. a celestial attendant of God. In medieval angelology, angels constituted the lowest of the 9 celestial orders: seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominations or dominions, virtues, powers, principalities or princedoms, archangels, and angels. 2. A conventional representation of such a being, in human form, with wings, usually in white robes. 3. A messenger, especially of God. 4. A person who performs a mission of God or acts as if sent by God.
And one of the another ones she always says is financial backing. Meaning an angel has to provide. Provide. It's your God-given right for you to feel for a male to provide for you. Take your place and learn that. And understand, when God takes your body over for 9 months, He don't leave that in your hands. He takes your body over for 9 months, your womb. He creates a fetus inside your womb. He can't rely on you to be mentally and emotionally connected to that child, to grow that child inside your womb. So for 9 months, you're doing labor for God, not a man. I tell a female in a minute, never have a child for a man. Never try to make a man do this responsibility. He has his God-given rights, his responsibility, and it's up to him to do that. If he don't, he's gonna have to answer to Jesus and God for that. Don't burden that. Do not carry that around. So when you decide to have a child, regardless what male you with, what angel you with, what man you with, what gentleman you with, you have that child for God. And He has a big brother, Jesus. Install out of him, tell him that. I had 6 foster fathers. They never fought for me. They taught me. I never had the honor to believe that my father would come up and beat somebody up for me and protect me. But I always believed in God, and Jesus always kept an eye over me. And I was the pit bull for each one of my foster fathers. I was that pit bull's son. I was that son that made them proud, I knew. And I had to fight for that and be that, even though I got my butt whooped when I got home. It's who I am. I will never regret none of it, because that trial and tribulation is something Jesus and God gave me. I hope I survived it right. I am a true protector of my mother and my father. You talk about my mother and my father, you talk about me. My mother, right or wrong. Doesn't matter, my mother can be right or wrong. I don't care. Don't say nothing about my mother. Okay, I would die for my mother. My mother would die for me. My mother has died for me. Society has condemned her. My mother was a homeless prostitute that walked the streets of Warren, Ohio. And I seen what society seen about her. Young girl got pregnant. Mother kicked her out of the house. Older men was trying to date her, talk to her. Okay? Mother buy me expensive clothing. They know she don't got a job. They're assuming and judging her. Shame on them. Me, I see their ignorance. I understand that, but guess what that makes me? A homeless prostitute's child. My mother, trials and tribulations, taught me. I don't judge nobody because I didn't like nobody judging my mother. I've learned to forgive society. I still hold a little bit of bitterness because I see the hypocrites. I see their ignorance. They still have it. They still haven't learned from it. As I stated, for a person to hate me for who I am, you're not hating me. You're hating yourself. That's your ugliness inside. You hating yourself. I learned from my trials and tribulations. I learned from my mothers. Why should I be upset with my mother and my father for what happened between them? It's a love story. My father was a track star, married already. Okay, I got brothers and sisters that don't speak to me because I was the child that their dad cheated with my mom with. They love who I am, but their ignorance for how they think of me holds them back. Society carries that. That's none of our business. That's none of our business. If God didn't want a child to come from that relationship, it wouldn't have happened. So who are we to judge for however a child comes into society? That's God choosing. We're all God's children, right? Or are we just hypocrites that say that and still judging? A foster child, very powerful child. We learn how to foster relationships with mothers and fathers on one of the most closest relationships you have. But envision a child not being able to say mother or father. What kind of child will that be? Because we have to learn how to love ourselves and others. And the first place you learn how to love yourself and others is your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. And it's not about loving them, it's loving how you feel when you're around them. That's learning how to love yourself. God put us on this earth to find our best selves in others. But we don't even understand our true manifestation. We live in our cocoon, we die in our cocoon. A female goddess descending from heaven, when she descends from heaven, she becomes a female human. She takes on the soul of a female, or any soul that Jesus sees fit. But just let's use the example of a female human. Then she lives out her manifestation as a little girl, as a woman, to manifest as a lady. That's her butterfly stage. That's when she chooses to give up the man in her and no longer carry around the man in her. Now, as I stated before, a woman is a creature of two. She's the woo and the man, the fee and the male. God gave enough man in you that you should never need a man, want a man, or even ask for a man. You don't need a man. God gave you enough man, exactly the amount that you need to survive. And when you choose to let go of that man and give it to the man to become that for you, then that wooing you and that fee in you transcend into the lady, because the lady don't carry no man in her. A lady, it's not lady man, it's not lady male, it's lady. That is your Fiji woo, transcending into your lady. And you found the gentleman. The only thing you want out of the male species is when he manifests into his butterfly stage and he becomes a creature of two. Gentlemen. And the gentleness is what you're paying attention to. You know your man is covered, taken care of, because you have a gentleman in your life that got that. Focus on what you need to focus on is who you supposed to become. That's my Valentine's Day gift for you. You're a goddess to be served by an angel. And it's many different forms. A male, a boy, a man, and then in true nature, it's a gentleman. Because a gentleman will pay attention to your mental and your emotion. A man will never pay attention to your mental emotion because he's a physical creature. Out of mental, emotional, physical should be the least important. Between a 5-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl, ask yourself, who's the most mature? The girl is always going to be the most mature. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It doesn't matter. Emotionally, boys and men, we run from our emotions. We don't even want to deal with them. But when a woman gives birth to a child, that's an emotional thing. Excuse my language. She can have a miscarriage or abortion. That's an emotional thing. And to me, that to me, those are the most important things out of mental, emotional, and physical. I say physical is the least important. It's still important, but it's the least important. And when a boy sees a girl, how does he see her? How does a man see a girl, a woman? Mentally, emotionally, or physically? He's not going to look across the street and say, oh my gosh, she looked mentally hot. Oh my gosh, she looked emotionally sound. Oh my gosh, she looked physically hot. That's what we say. That's what it is. So if you let a man pick you out, he's going to pick you out for the physical reasons. In 5 years, 5 months, 5 weeks, or 5 years, you're going to ask yourself, you can be upset. He don't understand me. He understands you physically. He never understood you mentally, emotionally. You got to understand yourself mentally, emotionally, before anybody else going to understand you. You got to be that mature one. You are the mature one. You are that female. You are that girl. You are that woman. You are more mature than a man, a male, a boy. The only time we become equally, and I wouldn't even say we equal, we're learning to become gentlemen. You've been a mental and emotional creature from day to birth as a female. That fee is your mental and your emotional. The male is your physical. The girl, very mature. She don't have no male or man in her. So she learns. She learns to harness her fee inside her girl, and then she gonna learn to understand the woo in her. That's understanding. A woman grows up playing with baby dolls and Barbie dolls to become a man's Barbie. And every man gonna play with his Barbie different. The question is, how do you want your Barbie played with? Very important. So you can match up. Blend. And the baby part is the girl in you, the fee in you. See, the woo of a woman is the womb. The fee of the female is the fetus that comes from that womb. That is where your godlike powers are. Not in your man and your male. You don't want to carry that around. No woman wants to carry around a man. She wants a man to be responsible for the man that's in her. And a mother raises a strong woman. A father, he raises a little girl. And the first thing that transcends you from a girl to a woman, it's the most natural thing. You have no control of it. Both of them going to happen. They have to happen for you to keep on manifesting. It's your period. As soon as that happens, your dad going to push you and ask you to go to see your mother. Because now you're no longer a little girl. You become a woman. The natural thing. The second one is when you lose your virginity. Dad don't know if to mentally cry. Okay, mentally upset, emotionally upset. He don't know. He trying to deal with it. You know, remember, dad is nothing but a male, the man, and a father. And the father's close to being a gentleman, so he physically want to strangle you and hug you. Okay, he confused right now. And he looking at your mother and saying, you make her a strong woman. You make her run from the men. There ain't no good men out there. Dad knows there ain't no good men out there. Dad don't want you with a man. He wants you with a gentleman. I don't know why a woman out there, I don't know why females out there end up stuck in her butterfly stage, her cocoon stage, looking for a man. A man cannot handle you on that level. You getting abused mentally and emotionally. If you settle for a man, he will never take care of you mentally and emotionally. Guess what? You have to call, you got to sit there and say, God, you got a lot of beautiful men out here. I tell God all day long, you got a lot of beautiful women out here, G. Beautiful, all different shapes, sizes, and colors. I don't want no woman. I don't mean no disrespect. I understand what a woman is. I just don't want to deal with that man in her. If she chooses to hold on to that man, she ain't ready. She don't. You got to choose to be a lady. You got to choose to let go. I can't take it from you. See, a man trying to take it from you, that's at odds. I tell a man the best thing you can ever take is what's given to you. But you got to be patient and wait till it's given to you. And that's the proper time to take it. That's what a gentleman does. A man try to take it. Any shape, size, form, whatever, how he can. He going to try to take it. And if he wins, guess what? You can never be his lady. You let him take it. A gentleman waits to be given. He shows patience. A man don't have patience. A woman runs, a lady chooses. She goes, runs to it. A woman runs away from it. She runs away from a man. And a lady is running to a gentleman. She said, oh, I'm getting this one because he takes care of me mentally, emotionally, okay, and physically. Physically is important. Mental, emotional. You should never let something negative through and affect you physically. Okay, so mental is very important. That's your wall. Don't let something just come through it. That's why a man's staying here. He protects you. This one here is the strongest one. The emotion of a woman, of a mother, of a goddess is here. The physical is least important, but it's important. Understand this order. This order is very important. Simple your three fingers, okay? But you understanding you though. Understand that you're a goddess that's walking on earth. Death does not exist. The spirit never dies. Descending, falling from heaven, and ascending, going back up to heaven. If you live a good life on earth, and it's not for us to judge. People come to your funeral, they should not come in sorrow. I'm going to whisper in your ear, hey, put a good word in for me, okay? Because I know you going to heaven. I know you going to heaven, so put a good word in for me. It's not for me to judge your right and wrongs. That's not my place. It should be a celebration. We got things backwards. Society makes you see yourself backwards. We live to the false God. Instead of believing what we sense and feel, we believe what society says, and we do. Fake. Phonish. Alexa, What's the definition of a Bible?
The noun, Bible, can have a few meanings. 1. The collection of sacred writings of the Christian religion, comprising the Old and New Testaments. 2. The collection of sacred writings of the Jewish religion, known to Christians as the Old Testament. 3. The sacred writings of any religion. 4. Any book, reference work, periodical, etc., accepted as authoritative, informative, or reliable.
Who's reliable? Who's authority? We just found out about 10 years ago our history books was lying to us. It's not that we just found out that our history books was lying to us. You ask a lot of African American male. We know we did a lot more in society in our history, but they don't give us the respect for us. Our history books was lying to us. You know the biggest history book in society is a Bible. Don't believe everything you read. Believe what you sense. I'm not talking to your physical form. Okay, I'm talking to your mental and your emotions. See, and your living soul is your emotions. Your living spirit is your energy, occupies here. Your mental energy, your emotional soul. And I'm making you fully aware. I don't care what you look like, who you are. I'm talking to your emotions and your energy. I don't know what you feel, nor do I care. It's not for me to care how you feel or what you feel. That's something you need to tune into. And you got to ask yourself both ways. Is it negative? Is it positive? If I'm saying something positive to you, why should you feel negative about it? Ask God why. Take the time and think about it. When you take the time to think about it, you got two beings up there, Jesus and God, that will answer your question. If you got a mother or father up there in heaven, and God think you're annoying, let's just say hypothetically, you just got a whole bunch of questions. You're going to keep on sending these thoughts up there. God going to sit there and send that loved one. You keep them in your thoughts, God will keep them in your life. Keep them in your thoughts, God will keep them in your life. I truly believe that. If anything I can say, you have a loved one, mother passed away. If you can believe in a guardian angel, I'm telling you what a goddess is now. I'm believing in a guardian goddess. And God going to let you keep an eye on yours. As long as you go through heaven's gate, as long as Jesus allows you through heaven's gate. But true confessions is to confess to what you know was wrong. Never carry another man's sin around. You carry another man's sin around, that could become your sin. God going to ask you, and Jesus is going to ask you, why did you do that? I don't care if everybody else thought it was right. If you know it's wrong, speak up. And guess what you're speaking up? You speak of your thoughts. And when you learn how to speak your thoughts, you speak the word of God. And God don't care about man-made words. Man-made words is for us to speak to one another. What God cares about is the intent behind that word. When I sit there and say I believe my God and Jesus believe in religion, I believe they're retarded, come on. They both stand there watching right now and listen to me and say, explain what you mean. We run from Jehovah's. Catholic can't stand Christian. Christian can't stand Catholic. And every other denomination got issues with each other. I believe in God and Jesus. I got to believe in something greater than what's on this earth. We can't even get a black Santa Claus, okay? All right? And I'm not falling for white man to put things in their image. But man, can I be part of society? Can you see me? Can you see me? So I got to believe there's something further greater than this. And I believe pride, my pride is strong. That will never be broken. My pride, I'm an angel that walks amongst y'all. I walk for God. I'm a soldier of Jesus and God. I will walk their path. What you feel in me, I'm an empath. Ooh, what is that? Alexa, what's an empath?
The noun, empath, can have a couple meanings. 1. One who has the ability to sense emotions, someone who is empathic or practices empathy. 2. A person with extrasensory empathic ability, capable of sensing the emotions of others around them in a way unexplained by conventional science and psychology.
But being aware of yourself and being aware of your words and understand the biggest slavery in society are words. And you know words control you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Somebody, I had a person one time ask me, Well, how can you let something affect you if you don't know it? I sit there and say, you don't have to know it. Based on the words I choose to how I want to affect you and how you allow it to affect you. If I say and call you a bitch, okay, you know how society knows you're supposed to act, especially if I did in front of everybody in society. It's a certain way you're supposed to act. We letting society control us. We can't even control ourselves. Or then we're going to let that word control us. But if you learn how to overcome that and try to see what that individual mean by that. Do he mean positive? Do he mean negative? See, I don't just have conversations. I'm a conversationalist. Within that conversation, I will list a bunch of words. When I speak to a female, I give her the options. There's two ways she can act. She can act like a woman, or she can act like a lady. Now, if I take that whole sentence or conversation and I populate it with certain words for a woman that has no meaning to what my intent on what I'm trying to say to this young lady, then that tells me she chooses to be a woman if she chooses them words. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing at all. She's not the lady I'm looking for. And it doesn't matter in casual conversation, whatever. I'm just showing you in a personal ship. Even in a professional ship. Who do you want to really have a professional relationship with, a woman or a lady? With a man or a gentleman? In our man form, we are at battle with one another. We can't give one another compliments. We can't work with one another. We're always going up against one another. Sometimes you got to create a team just so you can cut down some of that. Understand that the whole mindsetting of that. It's much deeper than just what we assume. I'm giving you a different perspective. Learn how to change your mental and your emotional and project it into an image. Because that image is worth 1,000 words, and look at it in so many different ways. You get so, again, like I said, the biggest slavery in society are words. I can come and speak to you like the hood, use a bunch of hood words. Straight up say, that nigga from the hood. Okay? I can use a bunch of trailer park words. You got a sister that look like you? Come on, whatever may be the case. I can speak like a man. I can speak like a gentleman. You can speak like a woman. You can speak like a lady. But there's a difference. You got to be quickly to be able to see that difference within the words that a person utilizing on you and which words are captivating to you. That's you emotionally and how you're being affected. Not how that person. People think the words that they use affect that person. No, they affect you. So learn how to take your emotion and read out the person's emotion by putting your emotion within that person. I know that sounds crazy, but you can read a whole room. Your emotion is like energy. It floats. It's there. The only time people talk about energy is on a sexual level. Energy is always around you. Strongest energy is negative energy, envy. It's uncontrolled, rage. Learn how to play in that rage of somebody else and be comfortable in it. That's theirs. I don't know. I don't care. But when you learn to be comfortable in that negativity and not let it affect you, there's a certain level of confidence that intimidates the hell out of people because they want you to be affected by how they feel. Never let somebody make you feel a certain way because how they feel. And if you don't like the way they feel because it makes you feel a certain way, you shouldn't be around them. Cut them out your life. Don't play with it. God did not play with the devil. You may make it through heaven's gate. Okay? Jesus said, you know what? I'm going to speak for you. I'm going to let you go through, okay? You get up there and you still don't act right? What did God do to the devil? He kicked him out. You have to do it all over again. What kind of soul is he going to get? The soul of whatever living thing that Jesus see fit. You can go back as a tree. You can go back as a dolphin. You can go back as whatever I choose. Jesus watch over that parking lot. He the one chooses the soul you come back. He the one got to watch over you on earth. God don't pay attention to stuff outside heaven's gate. Just showing you how that fits. Always be able to keep your mind attached to that and let that filter through how you make a decision. And not a society's decision. Heaven's decision. Pretend like you walk into heaven already. Plan for the future. The real future. Where you want to be stuck out on earth or heaven. So walk as what you are inside heaven. That's a goddess, an angel. I mean nobody no harm. I mean nobody no harm. But don't get it twisted. You come at me like the devil, I'm going to handle you like the devil. Because God didn't like the devil either. And God don't understand. Jesus don't mean no harm, but I'm a soldier of God's. My time to come, my time to come. You come at the little devil, I promise you, I can put my hands around you. Come at me like the devil. I'll wait till God tell me to let go. Jesus, okay, that's enough. All right. I might even ask you, dude, should I let go now? He'll let me know what I sense. That's who I am. But understand how to filter yourself and view yourself and manage your decisions on what you choose to do. Don't let other people choose for you. And be understanding the things that we flock around. You got a friend for each and every individual you are. A friend that you want to become a badass with. A friend that settles you down. They don't even know why you're your friend. They're your friend. You just hit category friend. Now I'm going to call my homie. That nigga, we ready to roll. I call my other nigga, you know what? Because he always talks sensible shit to me. We got different friends because they bring out different us. Learn how to, even in your present form, be the you that you want to be and create you. Create you with the people around you. Even because you know that nigga negative. Why you got that nigga hanging around you if he negative? Even the word nigga, excuse my language, don't let that shit control you. Never let I will walk three streets over, 3 flights of stairs up and warn you hard and whoop your ass if I heard you say that. That word used to control me. If a person got the, and I'm talking about I'm fighting for other people because I heard he called somebody else a word. He just used the fucking word. Don't let words control you. The biggest slavery in society are words. They control you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Understand that. And choose the words that you want to be used around you. So you don't have to worry about fighting that battle all the time. Living in negative words keeps you negative. Find somebody that speaks positive to you. That God give you a positive answer. He's going to always give you an answer. It's going to be up to you. The mysterious part, man, you've been negative and positive so long, you got to figure out what the fuck he's saying to you. Listen to what I just said. God, you got to figure out the fuck he's saying to you. It is. That's what it is. God don't care. He emphasize. I'm emphasizing. If you keep a positive world around you, can't go wrong too bad. And God see that you tried. Guess what? Hey, He forgiving. He's all forgiving. Jesus is all forgiving. They know. They know your thoughts. They know you was really doing with pure heart. Your soul. Even though you made a bad choice. Believe in, you know, you can read the Bible. There ain't nothing wrong with the Bible. It helps drive that positive thoughts. Don't believe everything. I mean, the word sometimes they use a different testimony and stuff. The word master, that's not Jesus. That's not God. Who did they call master? All right? I just, come on. There's so many things I don't want to break down the Bible. Like I tell black people, we practice a slave religion. It ain't like they stopped the ship to get our Bibles, okay? If we came on ships, if we didn't. I heard we was here beforehand and wherever else. I heard that we are gods. I believe it or not, but that level of intelligence is, whew. What is the first religion? Ask. How far back does it go? Ask. Don't be scared not to ask the question. Scared of the wisdom? Wisdom only comes from Jesus and God. That's true wisdom. The stuff I'm saying may say wise. That's my wisdom I receive from them. Think about it. Come back to me and let me know. Like I said, the womb of a woman is the womb. The fear of a female is the fetus that comes from the womb. The man in her is her strength. True strength is learning how to let go of that strength and find something that you trust that you're going to give that strength to. You're going to say, here, I trust you with my strength. And you give that to that person. And when you no longer carry man and you're a male and your womb feet transcend into your lady. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day. A story from a G. I hope you appreciate it. I said a lot in it. It's just to feed your thoughts. I'm asking you to have a conversation with Jesus. And God, and to learn how to take your wants, and you really want what you want, turn into the desire. And when God and Jesus know that you truly do, when Jesus know that you truly desire this, and he can't get you to move or see anything different till he get it out your mind and grant you that, because you've done everything that you've done positive, then he'll pass it on to God to give it to you as a need. God and Jesus don't mess with your wants. You only want 10 things. The devil will throw an extra 90 in there. An extra 90, now you're all confused about it. You're indecisive. Yo, I want this, I want this. Figure out what the hell you want. And turn that one into a desire. And God gonna give it, Jesus is gonna give it to you, to Jesus, God, as a need. Jesus is gonna give it to God, and he's gonna give it to you as a need. Learn how to manifest. Learn to understand your manifestation. Female, girl, woman. That's your butterfly stage to become a lady. Only return to heaven's gates as a lady. That's our submissive side. That's when we're willing to bow down and take a knee. My butterfly stage is a gentleman. I become a creature too. I'm mentally, emotionally aware of myself now. Stop asking God for a man. God don't make nothing bad. He don't make no bad woman. He don't make no bad man. It's not right for me to judge that and say that. I just know a woman ain't right for me. She got too much man in her. You need to know a man ain't right for you. He don't know how to do anything else but be a man. He's not even attentive to your mental emotional. He's not called man woo. He's not called male fee. You don't got no woo and fee, and the woo and fee is your mental and emotional. The only time he can ever deal with your mental emotion when he becomes a creature or two, and that's a gentleman. Understand that. You have a blessed Valentine's Day 2022.